Greetings, my fellow eagles and the entire world. This is Eagle Emmanuel Mensah with inspirations and guidance from Eagle Helen Mensah in the unseen world, coming into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. Today is the 29th of August in the year 2024. And the Bible says this is the day the Lord has made. And for that matter, we should rejoice and be glad in it. And so I take this opportunity to invite the whole world to join me to give thanks to God for the day that He has granted unto us and life in general. Life is beautiful. Life is wonderful. Life is glorious. Life is God Himself, flowing through all things, including mankind. Today, I'm going to speak to you on the topic, the human being is a being of choice. He or she either make a choice to make or to unmake him or herself. I repeat, the human being is a being of choice. We either make our choices to make ourselves or to unmake ourselves. The world we live in, and if you take the human population, only a small fraction of people actually believe and understand that we create our own realities by choice. The majority of people believe that they are victims, and therefore whatever happens in their life, they are not the cause of it. And as a matter of fact, most people will argue and defend this position and say that there is no way that they will intentionally make choices to put whatever thing that they are going through upon themselves. Therefore, they will argue. But as a matter of fact, when we say you create your own life, no one is saying that you are creating it deliberately, but you are doing it because you lack the knowledge and understanding about who you are and how you operate. And we are in the universe of law. Ignorance about the law is of no excuse. And even we know this even in our human courts. And so you are every day making choices. And these choices defines you, whether you like it or not. And when I say choices, it is not about you making a choice to marry or not to marry, making a choice not to give birth or not to give birth, making a choice to work or not to work, making a choice to do this or that. No, that is not what we are talking about. They are all part of it. But the choice we are talking about is your daily thinking, your moment by moment, or, your present thinking, the choices of thoughts that you are making. These are the building blocks of your life experiences. And therefore, you are a choice maker. And since you are the choice maker, you are the only king and the queen in your mind that makes these choices. It all comes back to the fact that whatever comes as a result of your choices is your own making. And so you are creating your own realities. You are bringing all good and bad things into your life based on your choice. Every thought that you choose to entertain has its opposite. If you go the negative way, it's a choice. If you go the positive way, it's a choice. And therefore, the human being cannot help but to think. And since we cannot help but to think, we also cannot help but to make a choice, because thinking is basically making a choice between this or that. And so today, I'm going to take you into the Bible, and we're going to look at how the choices we are making affect our life. And as I said in my previous episode yesterday, I am not a pastor. I am not running a church. But I am using the Bible for inspiration. And I'm looking at it from the spiritual and mental perspective. Religion is something that we all have our religions, but it has no relevance in what we do here. So what I'm saying, what I'm giving is relevant to any human being that has an open mind and wants to change his or her life. That is a fact. And so in the Bible, we are told that the people of Israel, under the leadership of Joshua, got to a point that they were torn in between. They wanted to go back and worship the idol gods that they were worshiping in Egypt. And Joshua confronted them. So he made a very powerful statement. And he actually put it before them that now we are at a point, and every one of you here must choose the God he or she wants to serve. Either you will serve the God that we know of our forefathers, or the God that your forefathers went astray and served in the land of Egypt, those numerous gods. And so that is what he said. He said, choose today the God you want to serve. And that is the phrase I want to depend on. So the choice, the story, or the episode that we have in that part of Bible, that is Joshua 24:15, if I'm right. Yeah, Joshua 24:15 is practically about yourself. You are not a Jew. You are not an Israelite. So if you read the story and say, oh, Joshua said this, choose this, and therefore you are thinking that worshiping idols, worshiping this is the God that is being talking about, then you have it wrong. Unfortunately, that is what religion has taken us to. But apart from the lesser gods that we worship, there is a greater God that we worship in us. And this God is the true God. God is in you. And therefore, this God is the one that your choices must be related to. And as a human being, as I have always been saying, in every situation, there is the presence of this and the absence of that. And therefore, when you choose the absence of something, then you are worshiping a God. That is not the true God. But when you choose the presence of the thing in your life, then you are worshiping the true God. For God is the source of everything. And so choose today the God you want to serve is a daily question that is being presented to us all the time. It's a daily question or a moment, not daily, it's life affair. Every minute, every hour, you are being asked to choose the God you want to serve. The God of positivity or the God of negativity. That is it. Negative mindset creates goals in your life. Positive mindset invoke the presence of God in your life. And it is your choice to choose. But as a matter of fact, whichever choice you make, they to bring out effects on you. And so that is why you have to be deliberate. And so we are speaking under the theme, Mastering the Art of Deliberate Thinking. The only choice you make in relation to the God you will serve is your thinking. It is not about you saying that you belong to a certain group and therefore you don't bow down before a fetish or whatever. Well, those things are religious practices and beliefs. But as a matter of fact, as a human being, after the image and the likeness of God, you are making choices. And the choice you make will determine the kind of God you are worshiping. You are worshiping God in you. And that is you being in alignment with God. Thinking in alignment with the thinking of God. Seeing things through the eyes of God. And thinking about things through the mind of God. That is the choice you have to make. And so you are a choice maker. Every human being is a choice maker. And that statement made by Joshua to his people is not just a statement about idol worshiping, but it is about the choice between positive thinking and negative thinking in your life today, in our perspective. And so the Bible is a practical thing. And as I said, my job is to bring this to you and to make the Bible a very practical thing in your life. A very practical book in your life. You are to make choice. You are always being asked to make a choice between the God you will serve in your own kingdom. And that is whether you will serve negative or negativity or you will serve positivity. Now, as a matter of fact, most people have indulged in negativity to the point that they cannot help but to always think in negative things because they are not aware of who they are and how the universe operates. You see? And so when you try to suggest to someone that look at these things from the positive side, they tell you this is not true or this is impossible. You cannot live in this world such that you cannot think about negative things. And therefore, they easily fall into the worshipping of these idols that they've created within themselves. You see? So if you go back to the story of Joshua, the people were, after even Moses has led them across the Red Sea, and they've seen all that God has done for them based on the biblical account. Yeah? They actually decided at a point that they wanted to create their own gods and worship them. And it is the same thing with every human being. There are a lot of things around us. There are a lot of, even your whole life, how you operate since your mother conceived you, up to today that your system is working efficiently, perfectly, that alone should be more than evidence to prove to you that there is a higher power. There is something that is animating you, and therefore, when you put your trust on that or in that power, this power will work things for us. But we are not able to do that, and therefore, whenever something comes up, then we rise up. We're looking for solutions from other places. We become worried, become, confused. These are all choices that we are making. A man or woman should be able to make the right choice in all difficult situations. And to make the right choice is not about you going to asking people or you saying that you are not doing that, but it's about you taking the right perspective of the situation. And that is knowing that everything has a gestation period and all these things are passing away. Therefore, you will will yourself. You will look at the situation the way you want it to be, but not as it is right now. And that is why we say you are serving a God. You are serving God in you. God is living in every human being. And therefore, as soon as you turn your mind, you turn your eyes away from yourself and look to someone as being your God, someone being your whatever, someone being the problem solver, someone being your savior, then it means you are serving a God which is not the God that you're supposed to serve. The God that you're supposed to serve is the God in you, and that is yourself. That is your higher self. And so you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to accept the truth that you are not just an object. You are not just an object passing through this earth, but you are here to take part in the ever-creative process in the universe. And therefore, you will think. And when you think, that is a choice that you are making. Therefore, your choices will always be in alignment with the greater good, the higher self, the power that animates you. That is why you say you are serving the God that you're supposed to serve. You can go to church. You can belong to your religious groups and say you don't worship this, you don't worship this. But if you're full of negativity, believe it or not, nothing positive will come into your life. And that is why we see all this kind of discord in our lives, in our religious circles. We tend to concentrate on outer things, and then we leave the thing that is supposed to be addressed. That is what is in us, what is in every one of us. The God in you is the one you're supposed to serve. And the only way you serve the God in you is to be in alignment. That is to think positively, to think to be on the same frequency with this God. That is why you say you are not serving the fathers of your forefathers, but you are serving the God, the living God in you. And so it is your choice to make. It is your choice to make. Situations will come. As I've always been, reminding you, contrast is normal in our life. Life challenges, situations are normal in our life because we are evolving beings, and without a contrast situation, there will never be a solution to move us forward. And therefore, when contrast appear, it is a call upon you as to whether you will worship the God in you, cooperate with the God in you to co-create something beautiful as a solution to wipe out the contrast, what we are seeing right now. Or you will indulge in, beating the drums about the situation until it becomes so big, you magnify it. When you do that, that means you are just like the people of Israel who are returning to worship idols. That is what this biblical verse, mean to you. You see, so you are supposed to take control of your mind and worship only the God in you. Every situation, every diary, every negative situation, every painful situation, you must qualify it with the right mental attitude. You must greet it with the right mental attitude. You must greet it with positivity. And as you do that, you are worshiping the God in you. And this God will rise up to wipe up that present situation. But before the problem goes away, you become a new creation. You become a new being. You've moved from a lower level to a higher level in a human existence. That is why nothing great has ever appeared on this earth without first a challenge or a problem appearing. Without the difficulties and challenges appearing, we will not go forward, believe it or not. And so, the time to choose, the right to choose is yours. But the call to choose is when difficulties arises. It's when challenges arises. That is when you are being asked to choose to serve the God that is in you, the real problem solver, the source of everything, the maker of everything. And when you depend on this presence, this power in you, and you do not allow outer things to fret you, you do not allow outer things to, coerce you or to force you into surrender, then you stand to become a powerful being and you overcome all life challenges. You see. And so, choose today whom you will serve is a question to you, it's a command to you, not to anyone. And it has to do with your own mental state, mental kingdom, but not about idol worshiping, not about this kind of things. Yeah. These biblical stories and other things are historical things for the Jew people. And though we are not related to them, whatever, but they have significance, they have motivational and inspirational aspect to us. That is the main thing that you need to get from this book. If you just know the stories and you know them by heart, you can say it, you can recite it, you can do that. But as a matter of fact, nothing is happening in your life. That means you are not receiving anything from it, you see. But you can look at it from this, personalize it. You have a personal God, and this is the personal God that you must serve. That is what the question means, or that is what the command means. Your personal God, that is the higher, your higher self, God in you. And the only way you serve God in you is to think in alignment, think in positivity, clothe yourself in positivity, even in the face of all apparent negative situation, in the face of all a painful and sour situation. Clothe yourself in positivity. And as you do, you co-create with the God in you to become a beautiful and a wonderful thing. You create something beautiful and give it to yourself and the world. And so, the choice is yours. You are a human being that you are always making choices. You make the choice to make yourself or to unmake yourself. And it all depends on the choice you make. It all depends on your understanding about who you are and how you create your own realities. And so you create your own realities, believe it or not. But it is not that you intentionally create your own reality, but you create it unknowingly, but through your ignorance about who you are. That is a fact. You can take a car and drive it recklessly. Though you may not just get up that you want to, take your car into a ditch or into a pool, but because you lack the understanding, the car will drag you there. And that is how it is. We are in a universe that is moving fast, that is doing everything, and it's by law. Whether you know the law or not, whether you obey it or not, the law will bring you feedback, but the results will mirror the pattern of thoughts that you are entertaining and the emotions that you are emitting into the universe. And so choose well, choose rightly, choose properly, choose positivity over negativity, choose life over death, choose life, choose prosperity over poverty, choose health over ill health. All these things are choices, and it all has to do with the thoughts that you are entertaining about every given situation. The wise choice, the one who makes the right choice, the one who serves the real God, is the one that chooses positivity, clothes himself in positivity, even when things are burning. That is a fact. That is my message for you. Now, may the overshadowing presence of God that keeps the stars in the open such that they do not fall on us, that keeps the planets in their orbit such that they do not clash with one another, lead and guide you, direct you, such that you become awakened to this truth, that you are always being called upon to make a choice. And the choice to serve the God in you, not the God outside you, not the, what do we call it, idols or whatever. It has nothing to do. Even if you pledge allegiance to any idol, it doesn't have any effect on you. But what you think and you believe, what you feed your personal God within you, is that matters. And that is the choice you have to make. So make the right choice and serve the God in you, the God that animates you, the God that molded every part of you. And when you cooperate with this God, everything will come back perfectly in your life. Now, before I sign out, permit me to take this opportunity to remind you to subscribe or to click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. Help us to expand and also circulate this message in your network and help us to, reach greater people, our brothers and sisters, such that we bring this message of empowerment, message of positive mindset, such that we will recreate our life in a beautiful and a wonderful way, the way we want. And that's why we can say, yes, indeed, we have brought heaven on earth here. Thank you, and God bless you.